Kelvin Ma, the new head coach of the Camosun Chargers men's volleyball team, joins us. Hi, Coach.
Hi, Ryan.
It's exciting times for you as you have been named the men's coach at Camosun. How did that all transpire and come about?
Yeah, I was coaching with Coach Charles at provincial team this last summer, and we were chatting about him possibly retiring and if I would be interested in applying for the job. And I've been working with Douglas for about 6 years now and as an assistant coach. And I've been kind of itching to get my foot in the door as a head coach. So when it came up, I jumped on the opportunity and here we are today.
I'm glad you mentioned Douglas because you're no stranger to the PACWEST. You've been involved with the men's team on the Royals side, now the women's team. You're actually going to nationals with the women's team. Is that right?
Yeah, we're in our final stages of preparation, going to PEI for a national championship with the women. Mm-hmm. And we're excited to get on the road and get back to competition.
Will you have your eye on the men's tournament? Because the Chargers are going as the PACWEST champs.
100%. I'm obviously not there, but I'll be watching and supporting Charles however I can. And yeah.
Has the transition begun for you? Or are you allowed to start working with the institution at Camosun, or do you have to wait until things settle up with the women's Royals team and then you're able to transition over?
Yeah, I've sat down and spoke with Jeff, the women's coach at Douglas, and we've agreed that we're going to finish the season strong. Hopefully come back with a national championship after PEI before we start transitioning over to Camosun.
Once you do transition, you obviously have worked with Charles or know Charles, but this guy is a living legend in the PACWEST, and you're about to fill some big shoes. Do you understand how big this is?
Yeah, definitely know the legacy that Charles leaving behind, and it didn't hit me. It hit me real hard when he was being announced at PACWEST Provincials, and they started listing off all of his accomplishments and titles, and it really hit me then. And to add another championship in his last season and possibly another national championship, it doesn't escape me how big this task will be next year.
But it's so good that you know him and you're able to chat with him, and he can maybe mentor you a little bit in the transition and what has worked for him in this program. And that must be huge, at least knowing him and having that relationship with him already.
Yeah, we've definitely had conversations in the past, couple of weeks since I've accepted the job, and he's willing to help out the program wherever he can. And knowing that he's a master of season planning, I think it'll be a great benefit to the team if him and I collaborated in the first season together.
Yeah. So what will you do? What's the first step that you take when you finally do transition over to Camosun after moving?
Yes. So I think we need to evaluate the players that are returning.
Sure. And
then try to fill some gaps with some new recruits. And then I really need to get to know the team better. We've been competitors for a couple of years now. I think it'll take some time for the guys to get used to a new coach. So moving over and kind of feeling out what the team's like and starting to build, my own team culture.
Yeah. Differences from the women's side of things to the men's side of things. Is there a large gap? Everyone's a great athlete at this level. Is there much of a difference?
Yeah, I think the men's game is definitely physical. The men typically jump high, hit hard, and I feel like it's a big recruiting game on the men's side. If you have the highest spiker, hardest attacker, your odds of winning are pretty high. And I think the women's game there's a lot of tactics and a lot of skill involved, which I hope I can bring towards the men's game and give Camosun an advantage next season.
Yeah. Is it a big jump too from being an assistant coach to now a head coach?
I mean, with Jay and Jeff at Douglas, I think they've kept me involved in a lot of the behind the door stuff. And, I've had it my hand in recruiting before. I've worked with Jay and Jeff about season planning and planning practices. So I don't see the gap being too big. But the butt stops there. I'm the man now, and I got to figure out what that's going to be like.
Exciting though, isn't it? Exciting that you're starting a new chapter. You move from the Lower Mainland now to the island, and you take over this program that has such great success in the PACWEST. You must be just so pumped and excited for this to get going.
Yeah. I mean, we still have our women's national championship.
Course,
so
yeah.
I gotta kind of keep it together, but next season's going to be awesome and I can't wait.
Have you been to PEI? You're going to another island.
No, I have only been on that side of Canada once, and it was not to PEI. So I am excited to explore a little bit when we're there.
Will you get a chance? I know we're focusing on Camosun role for you, but you're as part of the Douglas Royals women's team. Do you get the chance to explore and see parts of PEI when you're there?
Yeah, we're flying out Wednesday. I think we'll have some time between training and first day competitions that we can probably explore a little bit.
Well, it's super exciting. And listen, thanks for doing this. Congratulations on getting the head role at Camosun, and best of luck out east with Douglas.
Awesome. Nice chatting with you, Ryan. Thank you.